Where do we start? It looks like the current generation is under siege, from the epidemic of school failures to bullies galore, and let's not even get started on the horrors of physical and cyber attacks. Sigh. Sadly, these troubles are leading some students down the darkest roads of despair. Now, zoom into the life of Sam Bradley, a stealthy 14-year-old high school freshman. Post-gym class, Sam's practically become a ninja in the locker room, swiftly swapping his shirt and sneaking out faster than you can say, sneaky. Switch the scene to Tommy's place, right as his mom's eyeballing his, let's just say, less than stellar, grade report. Concerns written all over her face as she prods about his tanking grades. Tommy, he's brushing it off like it's just a speck of dust on his shoulder, classic teen. Just then, Dad's keys jingle at the door. Panic mode for Mom. She thrusts the report card into Tommy's hands, whispering frantically for him to whip up some excuse, any excuse. Back at Sam's fort, his dad's nose is buried in a magazine, but he's trying, folks, really trying, to chat about school. Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
Well, picture this. Upstairs, Sam's dad is out taking care of the trash, illustrating the epic disconnect in the world of parental teamwork. Meanwhile, down at Chase's place, drama unfolds as Mrs. Cruz, in a gripping scene, lies unresponsive on the couch, victim to a pain medication mishap. Despite the tense moment, she manages a stern warning to Tommy, who's about ready to bolt, insisting that this family secret stays under wraps.
Switching over to school, Sam's journey through the hallway turns into a short-lived horror flick. As one classmate zips away, the locker room becomes the stage for a classic high school showdown. Enter the bullies, who make their grand entrance, their menacing aura sending bystanders scurrying like ants at a picnic. As they zero in on Sam, throwing harsh words and fists, the tension is palpable, leaving Sam right in the thick of it.
Imagine this, folks. Sam just snapped back to reality, groggily realizing he's got mom and dad right there, all worried. But plot twist, he's way too spooked to spill the beans on who roughed him up. Cut to Mr. Ross, the school guidance counselor, practically pulling his hair out over the school's oh-so-tough, slap on the wrist, policy for handling naughty behavior. Meanwhile, the principal, the queen of indecision, knows exactly who the bad guys are but sits on her hands. Despite her colleagues' pep talks about standing up to bullies, she's all, no cameras, no proof, no action, folks. Classic buck passing, right? Now, switch scenes to Hunter's place, where the family drama hits peak soap opera levels. As voices rise, Hunter escapes to his sanctuary, his room. Door bolted, Hunter unleashes his fury, blasting a hard rock anthem that shakes the walls. Each strum on his guitar screams rebellion, perfectly capturing the storm brewing inside him. What a way to let it all out.
While Sam's dad took a trip down memory lane, sharing about a bully turned car washer from his own teen years, a real thought-provoker about where life can take us, he also dropped an invite for dinner, trying to bridge that dad-son gap. On the flip side, Tommy's place was hotter than a reality show finale. Once Tommy's dad got a peep at that security footage, boy, the drama escalated quicker than a grease fire. Amidst his mom's pleas, Dad wasn't having it, accusing her of coddling Tommy way too much. And Tommy, poor kid, tried playing the Sam was looking card, big yikes. That just threw his dad into a whole new level of discomfort. Talk about a scene and a half. Oh, the drama in the principal's office. Tommy's dad barges in, not to say sorry but to champion his son's right to throw punches. He claims that boys will be boys and they need to duke it out or else, gasp, risk being called sissies. Talk about old school nonsense, right? This just fuels a culture where it's a free-for-all in aggression and intolerance. Fast forward, and despite the bullies getting a timeout from school, the saga continues. Picture this, Sam just steps off the bus, hoping for peace, but nope, Tommy's there acting like he's the boss of the playground. He threatens Sam with more beatings if he doesn't change his ways. Poor Sam is just shaking in his boots, turns tail, and books it to the safety of his house. He locks the door, heart pounding, with Tommy's mean words still ringing in his ears. And there ends another day of schoolyard tyranny. Oh boy, let's dive into a whirlwind of emotion and resilience, shall we?
Imagine this. Poor Sam, after enduring relentless bullying, races into his house bombarded by flashbacks of that dreadful attack. Overwhelmed, he pens a heartbreaking suicide note.
In utter despair,
He discovers his father's gun.
and then, bam, the sound no one ever wants to hear.
But hold on, switch gears with me. We're shifting to 4 awe-inspiring stories of triumph over the darkness of suicide thoughts. Each individual, once entangled in the throes of youth's darkest moments, now shines bright, guiding others with their recorded testimonies.
Imagine them saying, "Hang in there, like us, you'll not only survive but thrive."
Back at the Bradleys, it's a scene of shock and mourning, post-police departure, as Mrs. Bradley reels from the tragedy.
Yet, amidst the tears, the message is clear.
Life is tough, but hey, so are you.
Oh boy, here we go. Bradley is moping around the house, eyes glued to that dreadful, blood-stained rug. It's all that's left of a heart-wrenching day. The news? Sam's gone, checked out, left the building. Yup, suicide. And wouldn't you know, it's the hottest gossip in town. Thanks to our friends in the media, who've swooped in faster than vultures on a 3-day-old carcass. The whole town's now under the relentless siege of scandal-hungry reporters. Cut to the school, where the plot thickens. Mr. Ross, the guidance counselor, is in the middle of a good old-fashioned face-off with the principal. He's throwing down hard facts about bullying causing Sam's death, but the principal, stubborn as a mule, she's all nope, 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 not giving an inch. Tribute to Sam? Forget about it. She thinks a suspension was drama enough. Meanwhile, backstage, Hunter and Chase's moms are huddling with the brass, strategizing like generals before battle. How to handle the press without turning into the next primetime melodrama.
Well, buckle up because here's the scoop. Mrs. Peterson, oh she's a fiery one, insists that her angel, Hunter, had zip, zilch, nada to do with Sam's tragic decision to end his life. She points fingers at Sam's family dynamics instead. Talk about stirring the pot. But wait, Mr. Ross, the guidance counselor, drops a bombshell. He whips out a note from Sam, clear as day, detailing how he was tormented at school by bullies. The school principal, caught in the headlights, finally faces the music, and Hunter's and Chase's moms? They're a mess, tears everywhere, apologizing for their sons being mean machines. They admit, maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, hinting at some less than stellar parenting on their part. As for the juicy bits with the press, the principal zips it, lips sealed, leaving everyone hanging. And Mr. Ross, he's gutted, worried about who the next victim of this bullying epidemic might be. What a roller coaster. Well, hold on to your hats, folks. The drama unfolds as the press descends on Mr. Sampson's front porch like bees to honey. But Mr. Sampson, he's having none of it. He fires back, turning hostility into an art form, waving verbal pitchforks at the reporters, accusing them of spinning tales out of thin air and painting his son as the villain. He ends his performance with a grand finale, banishing them from his property. Meanwhile, at the Bradley residence, the door nearly flies off its hinges when Mr. Bradley gives the press the good old slam. Overwhelmed by grief, he's in no mood to chat about heart-wrenching notes or anything else. Cut to the bullies. Oh, they're on a roll, aren't they? On a suspended vacation, they're chit-chatting about the tragedy without a shred of remorse, practically patting themselves on the back for their emotional anemia. As the night draws, the community gathers, not for a blockbuster premiere, but to shed tears and share hugs, remembering young Sam. A poignant scene of unity and reflection wraps up our day in what seems like a screenplay of sorrow mixed with a dash of outrage.
Just when you thought the Bradley clan could catch a break after the memorial, bam, the pesky press pounces. Picture this. They're barely out from commemorating dear departed Sam, when a swarm of reporters descends. With relentless questions about anything from Sam's love life to the nitty-gritty of his unfortunate exit, the tact levels are plummeting fast. One reporter's zinger, "Can you tell us who Sam Bradley was?" hits Mrs. Bradley like a ton of bricks. Ah, the sting of past tense. Memories of Sam flood in, and the emotional dam bursts. The Bradleys make a break for it, dodging the vultures, leaving the reporters to scrounge up their next juicy scoop. Back at the ranch, Mr. Bradley tries to play the comfort card, but Mrs. Bradley isn't having it. She opts for solitude over solace, leaving Mr. Bradley to ponder the cracks in their once solid marriage. Talk about a plot twist.